So it's been a year since the Olympics, and there's a lot of national pride in February. And how are you feeling today?
Not so good. I don't think this is necessarily a good move for Vancouver. It's definitely not, not the kind of pride that I had in mind when I stood up for Canada. So it's just different, and it's kind of disheartening. I don't think our city needs to be going in this direction at all. It's it's not a safe way to look at what we're doing with the money, and it's like, honestly, we need different alternatives, better alternatives, and maybe it's an idea whose time has come, and maybe as a writer, I'm not saying it as eloquently as I should, but tax the goddamn rich. That's it. I don't know.
So what do you define as rich?
Just, there are people that are like, yes, they work hard and they definitely get what they earn, and I understand that and I appreciate that, and I don't condemn that at all. But at the same time, you're like, the people who are suffering the most are the people who are working, 4 different jobs just to make ends meet, and at the end of the day, they're still getting taxed. It makes no sense. Casinos, I think honestly, it's a really slippery slope in terms of how you deal with something that can become so addictive and so destructive to an entire community. And I don't think we should be using that to subsidize, or at least what they say will subsidize, different things down the road.
I'd seen or heard that, you're not comfortable where the country is right now. You're not proud of what the federal government is doing. Can you elaborate on what you mean by that?
I just think that we're losing a lot of culture, and we're not replacing it with anything. A lot of money right now is going to, they've paid a ton of money to research why it is people aren't coming to Canada, and the tourism industry and whatnot. And it's not enough to have beautiful mountains and great skiing and stuff like that. We're a country without an identity, or at least that's where we're heading. So we're losing so much of that, and why do they continue to take that away from us when that's exactly what we need?
But as an artist and being an activist and a certain cause, there's so many things to fight for. What would you give advice to an artist to stand up?
I think any cause that you believe in is worth fighting for. There's so many. Take your pick. Right now, the world really just needs help, and I don't want to say we don't have any heroes, but it seems like it's been a while since someone's come along and really stood up and made us go, yeah, all right, let's pull this country together. And I think that's really what we need right now. It's been a long time since we had a leader. You look at what Barack Obama did down in the United States. Uniting a nation was pretty amazing and pretty inspiring. So my hope was that, oh yes, we'll finally get a leader. Someone will emerge, someone will come out of this in Canada, for Canada. And it just hasn't happened. And I guess we're all just sort of waiting for that. But I think the time for waiting may be over, and maybe we just need to start doing it ourselves.